What's up, man? So guess what? Mr. Olympia is fast approaching. It's like, what, 8 weeks from now or something like that? I mean, holy smokes, time is freaking flying by. So there's a new thing at this year's Mr. Olympia. In case you didn't know, it's called fan voting. I'm not a fan of it. And if you're at the Mr. Olympia, I don't think it's internet based. I literally think it's if you're at the Mr. Olympia, you're given a code, and I believe you use that code on your phone to help vote. Now, from what I've read, they're going to use part of this fans vote. It's not just going to be solely, despite what you're seeing on YouTube and other outlets. No, the fans are not 100% going to be voting for Mr. Olympia. That's not what's going to happen. Now, they will use part of that to make their decision on who will be Mr. Olympia. The other part of the fan voting is they are going to be able to select, the fans are going to be able to select a People's Choice Award, or the People's Champion Award, I believe is the correct terminology for the title. And that, I think, is cool. I think that's cool, man. I think that let the people kind of make a determine, you know, who they think should have won the Mr. Olympia. That's kind of cool. But to say that the fans should have a vote, like an official vote on who should be the winner of Mr. Olympia, I don't like it, man. Listen, they're turning the Mr. Olympia into like the WWE, and they're turning the Mr. Olympia into a circus. And I'm just not a fan of it. I think, you know, they're trying to add that to make it not seem so predictable. But for me, my belief, it's totally predictable. I think it's rigged, man. I do. I feel like the placings are rigged. There's some people that should place higher. Every year I'm like, I don't know how he placed that. You know, somebody should have got higher. This person should have got lower. Just appears rigged to me. Just my personal opinion. The fan voting, though, I mean, I guess, again, they're going to use a portion of that to help determine Mr. Olympia. No, they're not. No, they're not. Come on, man. All that money going through there, you think they're going to leave it up to the fans, okay, to help make decisions here? I don't agree. They'll do a People's Champ Award and kind of let people know, oh, your vote's going to count for Mr. Olympia. No, it's not. The judges are they inevitably are going to make the final call on the placings in the Mr. Olympia contest. But everyone thinks that, I think a lot of people think that it's only fan voting. That's not the case. Another thing I wanted to touch on the Mr. Olympia this year. I read some titles on some videos. I don't watch a lot of YouTube videos when it comes to fitness. I'm sorry, man. Fitness YouTube's just freaking, oh my gosh, the worst I've ever seen it. And but I did see a couple people talking about, you know, I think it was Lee Priest maybe, was talking about that the men's classic physique, not men's physique, men's classic physique was going to take over and overshadow the open class. Dude, there's no freaking way that will ever happen. Let me tell you, the reason why bodybuilding is where it's at today is not due to men's classic physique. No! What do you want to see? Do you want to see huge dudes, or you want to see freaking alien looking, massive, huge, freaking abnormal looking bodybuilders? Well, I don't know what your answer is, but I can tell you this. I guarantee you 90% of people want to just see freaks of nature. They want to see the biggest freaking dudes ever. And that's how it's been for a long time. That's where bodybuilding has gone. Went from Lee Haney to Dorian Yates to freaking Ronnie Coleman. You know, I mean, Phil Heath's not as big, but still, they want to see big, freaky bodybuilders on there. They don't want to see 200-pound dudes. They want to see freaking Big Randy, who's 300 pounds on stage. And that's what sells tickets, because they've turned the Mr. Olympia, again, into a circus, into a freak show, and into like the WWE. And people aren't paying big money to say, oh, this 200-pound bodybuilder looks great. No, they want to be like, oh my gosh, what the freak, dude, holy smokes, that dude's huge, look how big his quads are, look how big his body is, blah, 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 right? Yeah, of course I'm freaking right. Third thing I want to talk about in the Mr. Olympia. My belief is there should only be one Mr. Olympia. What? There is only one Mr. Olympia. No. There's not one Mr. Olympia. There's the what? The lightweight class, if you will. What is it? 212 and under. And then there's the heavyweight, which is the open, they call it. Shouldn't be like that, man. There should not be two winners. It should be like back in the day. If you have seen Pumping Iron, for instance, what? They had Franco Columbu, right, versus Arnold Schwarzenegger, and there was one Mr. Olympia. That's what they need to do, man. I think Sean Ray made a video about this recently, right? I think the lightweight dude or the smaller 212 and under dude should go against the open dude or the heavyweight dude, and they should do comparisons and come out with one single Mr. Olympia winner. What do you think, man? Leave it in the comments. Guys, I need to know what you think, man. I want to know what you think about the fan voting. You know, should fans be voting and their vote just determines who's Mr. Olympia? Do you think they're really going to let the fans help decide the Mr. Olympia and not just the People's Champ Award or whatever? Should there be one Mr. Olympia? Should there be comparison rounds between those two classes? And do you really think that the men's classic physique is going to overtake, and be the future for the Mr. Olympia contest and bodybuilding in general, as far as that against open bodybuilding? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know some other video ideas that you'd like to see, maybe a Q&A, whatever you need me to make a video on. I'm open to suggestions.